For many, airports are just transit points. But for David Toborowski, 90-day fiancé fan favorite and doting new father, the bustling terminals of an international airport in Thailand carried a far heavier meaning. Clutching his passport and waving a heartfelt goodbye to his wife, Annie Suan, and the newborn daughter, Mintira, David was on a mission, one that stretched beyond thousands of miles and dove deep into family, duty, and love. David and Annie have always been known for their infectious charm and rock-solid bond since they first appeared on 90-Day Fiancé. The journey from unlikely love story to now raising a daughter together in Thailand has inspired many fans, proving that despite age gaps, cultural differences, and personal hardships, true love really can thrive. But with Mintira's recent RSV infection and the sleepless nights the couple endured at her hospital bedside, David's decision to travel solo once again wasn't made lightly. The pain of parting. David's recent Instagram post, featuring a selfie from his airplane seat, had a bittersweet caption. "It might be about 8 days, but it will feel like eternity without my precious girls." A father's love is often measured in quiet sacrifices, and for David, this was one of those moments. Just weeks prior, baby Mintira had been hospitalized with RSV, a serious respiratory virus that left her fighting for breath. While Annie stayed strong by her daughter's side, David, too, held his family together emotionally, updating fans with cautious optimism. The relief of seeing Mintira discharged after 7 long nights must have felt like a miracle. And yet, now he was boarding a plane, alone. An unfinished battle with bureaucracy. While David didn't explicitly state the reason for his journey in his social media post, 90-Day Fiancé fans who followed his updates closely likely already knew. A month ago, David had traveled to the U.S. Embassy in the Philippines to begin the paperwork for Mintira's social security number. But what should have been a straightforward task turned into a bureaucratic nightmare. Due to a clerical error, a simple misspelling in Mintira's name, the process hit a dead end. Frustrated and unable to resolve the issue over the phone or via email, David had little choice but to take matters into his own hands. His trip to the United States may be a last-ditch attempt to speak with officials face-to-face and fix the error that could delay important documentation for his daughter. In a world that seems increasingly digital, sometimes it still takes a personal appearance, a father's insistence, and a flight across the globe to get things done. Not his first solo sojourn. This wasn't David's first time jetting off alone while Annie and Mintira remained in Thailand. Earlier this year in April, David had made a similar trip to the US. While fans speculated whether he and Annie were planning to sell their Arizona home, David clarified that while he cleared out many belongings, the property was not up for sale. Instead, it seemed to be part of a long-term life restructuring as the couple transitioned the primary residence to Thailand. Since December 2024, David and Annie have embraced a quieter, more family-focused life in Annie's native Thailand. But that doesn't mean David has completely disconnected from his past life in America. In fact, his background in education and real estate means he still has business interests in the US. Though he's working remotely, being a real estate agent is still a hands-on career, and urgent matters may occasionally require his presence stateside. A balancing act of two worlds. What makes David's story resonate with so many isn't just his love for Annie or his sweet devotion to his daughter, it's the balancing act he performs daily. Juggling a life across 2 continents is no easy feat. On one hand, he's found serenity in Thailand, a loving wife, a new baby girl, supportive in-laws, and a more grounded lifestyle. On the other, he's tied to America through business, past relationships, and his 3 older children from a previous marriage. David has always been candid about his strained relationship with his adult children. Fans may recall emotional moments in past 90-day episodes where David tearfully expressed his desire to reconnect. Perhaps this solo trip to America offers more than just paperwork, it may also be a chance to bridge emotional gaps and rebuild old bonds. It's a journey of business and bureaucracy, but possibly also redemption. Annie and Mintira, holding down the fort. Meanwhile, Annie, no stranger to independence, has remained in Thailand with baby Mintira. From her cheerful cooking tutorials to her quick wit and optimism, Annie continues to shine online, even in David's brief absence. The bond between her and David has grown even deeper with the arrival of the daughter, and it's clear that this temporary separation, while emotional, is built on mutual trust and understanding. Fans have praised Annie's strength, especially in the face of Mintira's health scare. Taking care of a newborn is already challenging, but doing so while your partner is thousands of miles away only adds to the weight. Still, Annie remains a symbol of grace and resilience, and followers have been flooding her with messages of support. Why this trip feels different. So what makes this particular journey so significant? It's not just about distance. It's about the emotional threads that tie a father to his child, a husband to his wife, and a man to his sense of responsibility. It's about navigating legal systems, honoring past commitments, and securing the future of a child born between two worlds. David's trip is layered with meaning. It's a father's attempt to fix an error so his daughter won't face future complications. It's a professional tying up of loose ends. And perhaps, it's also a man's hope to reconnect with parts of himself that were left behind. Even though he's smiling in the airplane selfie, fans can see the emotion behind his eyes. 8 days may seem short, but for David, it's long enough to feel like a lifetime when separated from those who mean the most. Looking ahead, whether the trip proves successful in correcting Mintira's social security documentation or leads to other personal breakthroughs, one thing is clear: David is a man deeply invested in his family's well-being. In the fast-moving world of reality television, where drama often overshadows sincerity, David and Annie remain a refreshing reminder of what real love looks like when the cameras stop rolling. It's not always glamorous, and it's certainly not easy. But it's patient, loyal, and filled with tiny acts of selflessness, like an 8-day solo trip across the world for the sake of your child. As fans await updates, one can only hope that David's journey ends with resolution, and a joyful reunion back in Thailand with Annie and Mintira.